Welcome to another edition of Tuscaloosa Talks. We're here at New Heights, which is just an unbelievable place. It's so cool, as you and I were talking about before we started recording, that when I came to the grand opening here, I thought, okay, we got to have a podcast because Tuscaloosa needs to know about New Heights. Ms. Davis, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Tesney, tell people a little bit about yourself before we jump in talking about New Heights, because I think your professional history is going to surprise a few people, and then they're going to go, aha, I see why New Heights is going to be so successful.
Well, my name is Tesney Davis. I'm the mental health coordinator for Tuscaloosa City Schools, and I've been a social worker for about 21 years. I graduated from the University of Alabama and got my master's degree here, and I've worked primarily in children and adolescent mental health. And when I started working for Tuscaloosa City Schools, Audrey Ellis, the infamous Audrey Ellis, everybody I think knows her. She is a legend. She and I really started kind of talking, Dr. Darius, some of our leaders here at Tuscaloosa City Schools, about the need for wraparound services for kids in our community. And when kids come to school and they have a lot more than books in their backpack, I like to say. They're carrying things that we can't imagine sometimes, trauma, hunger, poverty, all kinds of issues. And so we have to meet them where they are and try to remove those barriers so they can succeed academically. So we started dreaming about a place where wraparound services could be a reality for our students as a part of their school day and their families and the community, because we believe in whole child, whole family, whole community interventions. So that's kind of how we started dreaming about this facility and kind of the background of New Heights and how it got started. And honestly, it was just a big team effort from a lot of different people, from our community partner agencies, from our school district, from our Board of Education, and we're just so excited to finally be open and providing services to our students and their families.
Well, this is not your father's education center, and it's really, you know, when you and I were coming along, it was about the 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. But today, as you mentioned, we realize that so many of our young people come into a school environment that a teacher alone cannot address. And marrying the services that already exist in the community with that child is going to pay dividends now and into the future, and for their families as well. Talk about exactly, and really, if you can, in layman's terms, how New Heights is a pioneer in this and is going to make it happen for that child who needs some support from some agency or the school system itself in Tuscaloosa.
Well, we have a lot of what we call early warning systems in place in our district to identify students who may have barriers to learning in all different areas. So attendance, discipline, mental health, those kind of things we're always looking at. And this center, we want to remove the barrier of, when we make a referral for those students to get services, a lot of times the ball is dropped between making the referral and the student and their family getting to the resource. So one of the challenges that we found with our school counselors, school social workers, and administration is we have lots of services in the community. We have lots of agencies providing wonderful things for our communities and our students and their families. But a lot of times it's accessibility that makes it hard. Another issue that we have is we don't want students to miss crucial school time. Every minute out of the classroom is a minute that they're not learning. So when parents have to take them out of school to take them to various appointments or different resources, it takes them out of the classroom. So the idea is that what we will do here at New Heights Community Resource Center is provide those services as a part of their school day, and it'll be something that they won't have to have another appointment, they won't have to have a separate absence from school, and they'll be able to come here and get those services as a part of their school day. Another unique thing about New Heights Community Resource Center is we house Stars Academy, which is our alternative placement school here. So a lot of those students need a lot of the resources that are available here, and they need more intensive wraparound services in their families. And so this is helpful to have that program running in the Community Resource Center because all that is available as a part of their school day.
And let's talk about the resources here. Who's all part of this that's outside the Tuscaloosa City Schools?
So we have several community partners located inside of our building. Boys and Girls Clubs of West Alabama. We also have Fuerza Multicultural. We have Kristen Emerson Youth Foundation. We have Pride of Tuscaloosa, which does our drug and alcohol prevention. We have the Tuscaloosa Reads, which is our community literacy program. We also have the West Alabama Literacy Council. We have Habitat for Humanity, and we have Disability Rights and Resources, and Five Horizons Health. And I think that's all of them that we've got under this roof.
That was as impressive as it gets, that you could do that without...
I'm hoping and praying I didn't leave one out, but I don't think I did. But also,
as I always say, blame it on your mind and not your heart.
But we also have community partners that may not have an office space in this building, but they're partnering with us, like West Alabama Food Bank. We have Tuscaloosa One Place, one of our very valued community partners, Success by Six. Parents as Teachers, actually, they are one that I left out. Parents as Teachers is located here too. They have an office here actually in our building. So even if they don't necessarily operate out of this building, they are coming in and providing different resources, learning opportunities. And then we're also in the process of developing further partnership. TCS already has a great partnership with Shelton State, but some other adult ed resources. Also, the West Alabama Chamber with their Worlds of Works program, we're working with them to get some job training resources in here. So just lots of exciting things happening, and,
so awesome.
And we're not finished. You know, we want for more community partners to come be a part of what we're doing here.
Well, the state superintendent, Eric Mackey, was here at the opening of this, and he said something that I think we could all be proud of. The city schools is pioneering this for the rest of the state. What sort of data are we going to be collecting here to show the effectiveness of this? That hopefully this can be a model that we can replicate in our own community and throughout Alabama.
That's right. So we try to identify our at-risk students already through collecting data on like attendance, discipline, also any kind of crisis interventions they may have, suicide protocols, threat assessments, different things like that with our students. So we already have some good data, you know, leading into before they're referred here. So what we hope to gather while they're here is data about the services they're receiving here, you know, how often they're receiving those services, the number of students, family members, community members that are impacted. And then we hope to layer that on top of our discipline attendance, our kind of red flags for students that may be struggling. So we hope to see those numbers go down. We hope to see less disciplinary infractions. We hope to see less mental health crisis. We hope to see, you know, less homelessness. Homelessness prevention is a big part of what we're doing here. And so those are the data points that we're really looking at and we're really trying to analyze along with our community partners to show the impact that we're having here. And also, you know, days missed from school, that's a big one. Attendance, if kids aren't in school, they can't learn.
So if somebody was interested at understanding the services, or they have a child in the city schools they think could use some of the services here, how could they get in contact with you?
Well, they can reach out to me, and my email address is tpdavis@tusk.k12.al.us. You can also look on the TCS website, and all of my contact information is located there under New Heights Community Resource Center. They can also contact their child's school counselor or school social worker, and they would be able to make that referral or put them in touch with the right person to get that referral underway. So just either their school counselor, school social worker, myself, they can call the central office. The central office can put them in touch with the right person as well. So,
well, I had the honor of working with Audrey from 2001 to 2005. She was a saint and certainly taught me so much about leadership and humanity as a whole. You're no different. This community's lucky to have you. Social workers change the world. I'm absolutely convinced of that.
Thank you.
And you and the entire team, TCS team, Dr. Daria, the Board of Education, you should be commended. This is absolutely amazing. We're proud of the board. We're proud of all of you for making this happen. So
Well, thank you. I have to
luck.
give a shout out to, the learning supports team has been wonderful. All of the leadership at Tuscaloosa City Schools, they're just really forward thinking. And so it's been a team effort, and I appreciate that, and we'll pass that along to them.
we always say victory knows 1,000 fathers. That's a quote from JFK. In this case, 1,000 fathers and mothers who
Yes,
made this happen.
that's right.
Thank you for your work.
Of course.
This has been another edition of Tuscaloosa Talks.